Okay, and welcome back to another Let's Play. This is Myrokos, and today we will be picking up with the Four Lords quest line, which is the next part of the. So if we go into the Chronicle stuff, the next part is the Four Lords. Here, so we'll do this, and then after that we'll go back and do the patch content, and then we also have to do Hildebrand. Probably do Hildebrand last. I don't know. Yeah, probably do Hildebrand last because it's fun just for laughs, and then go into Shadowbringers. So we'll be starting with the Four Lords today, and if you like what you see, let me know that you're watching, what you liked in the comments. If you're watching this live, let me know in chat. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, give me a follow on Twitch, hit the notification bells, and I hope you enjoy it. So without further ado, let us begin with an auspicious encounter. Soroban is about to present you with a proposition you would be a fool to refuse. You would know more of my venture? Excellent. I should be glad to tell you all I know. Though perhaps it would be easier to let our anonymous client speak for his or herself. Here, their missive. For the Ruby Sea and all who call her home, we seek the aid of the warrior who laid low the Lord of the Revel, but first we bid him make haste to Hell's Lid and quell the Oni that dwell in its deepest depths. Should he succeed in this test, we shall speak of the true endeavor and consummate reward. Consummate, yeah, whatever. A strange proposal, though it must be noted that they knew both of your deeds and of our part in them. The Red have no love of trickery, so I doubt it a trap of theirs, and should this client have honest intentions, then for the sake of these waters, it may behoove us to engage them further. As for their test, enclosed with the missive was a magic dagger, along with instructions as to how it may be used to open a passage into the depths of Hell's Lid. I should mention that this dagger is old and exceedingly valuable. That our client was willing to entrust it to us without a guarantee of cooperation bespeaks considerable wealth, and more importantly, considerable reward. If you are willing to undertake their trial, I shall journey to Hell's Lid and prepare to open the path. But given the financial incentive, I think it for the best if I went and fetched Mistress Tataru. Wait for us there, then. But do I do this on Samurai as I am set up now, or do I do it on Black? Why didn't I do it on... Because this looks like it's a level 70 dungeon. I could do it on Bard, but I haven't done... I need to do the questline for that. Also, same for Ninja. But then again, with Ninja... For Ninja, it's not as critical per se that... I can technically function without that. Bard, on the other hand, has a level up to one of the abilities. Yeah, I'll do it on Bard. It may not be entirely optimal, because I've got everything. I don't have Refulgent Arrow, which apparently to my previous looking into this straight shot upgrades to Refulgent Arrow. Yeah, I do need to do the job quest for this. I mean, given the fact that my uploads of the job quests to YouTube haven't been that successful, nor after the streaming the Dark Knight quest line, I noticed that not many people were watching that, so I think I'll do the job quest uh, off stream, just acknowledging people's interests. If you decide you want to see the more job quests, let me know, but I'll do this on Bard. Actually, I'll do it on Ninja. I can function just as well without its final ability. Use this. Just allows a little more efficient action with these, but I can function just as well for the time being. Plus, I need to perform some other jobs as well. Going to need to repair at some point. Okay, so I'll do it on Ninja, just to level another job. Yes. Hope you haven't been waiting long, Myrokos. No, not too long. My apologies for the delay. I thought it best to explain everything to Mistress Tataru on the way. Honestly, all he had to say was that he'd found a way to make up for Alphano's obscene expenditures. No matter how reckless or dangerous the scheme, if it balances the ledger, I'm all for it. So there are a bunch of monsters living beneath us. What kind of place is this? Well, according to the ancient legend, Hell's Lid is where the hero Tenzin defeated a host of Oni. Oni were foul, evil beings that tormented the peoples of the Ruby Sea, and this island was home to many until Tenzin, together with the Four Lords, drove the Oni into the sea. For his heroic deeds, Tenzin was showered with riches. He then journeyed deep into the mountains, far from the realms of men, and lived in solitude with his companions, happily ever after. And now Myrokos is being asked to drive the Oni away again. You misunderstand. What I told you was a fairy tale. To the best of my knowledge, no one has ever seen an Oni. If anything, many assume the tale refers to ancestors of the Koji. So what you're saying is that you've no idea what's waiting for us down below. In that case, I'll leave this to the experts. If you need me, I'll be hiding behind that rock over there. Okay? By experts, I presume she means you, and your adventuring companions. I do hope you were not counting on me to join you in the fight. No, Soroban's not a fighter. Actually, I should probably be on Bard, even if the ability is 100%. Even if I don't have that final ability, I'm doing the ninja anyway. Having Yeah, even this, I need to do a little bit of a repair, but I should be able to manage a dungeon. I've done that before. So, Hell's Lid, queue up, and if you need to step away and take a break, do so now. Being GPS, it always means that it takes longer to wait in queue. In the meantime, let's see what Solarban has to say. It looks rather hot in there. I do hope this isn't a bad idea. Huh. Okay. Oh, so... Oh, wow, they actually opened the hole. Although, I presume we'd have to somehow leap into that instead of... Because that is... This is lava we're dealing with. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I need to update my portraits. This makes them current. Oh, of course, I'm maxed out on poetics. Yeah, just to make sure. Please, buff. I need to run a little too far. Okay, so that's that. Is that a ferret? Oh, I can actually upgrade a ring. This is the ferret that we were. What this one does. didn't get the ring. Oh no, I did. I did. So busy focusing on things that I don't need. Wait, didn't we fight this thing, Alexander? Recently? Uh-oh. No. Whenever possible, do not stand on the neck. Sometimes you don't need it now, but if you can avoid it, you should at least make an attempt. That was a little chaotic. Sometimes you got no choice but to eat it like that. Perhaps we should turn him right side up. Generally, that's a good idea, but I was just fighting him. Are you sure it's safe? Whoa, the Taru's strong. Oh, they're so cute. Oh ho ho, a marvelous performance, truly marvelous. But then you did best the Lord of the Revel. By the Kami, a talking turtle. Oh, you're... As if you're one to talk, Soroban? I don't even know where to begin with that one. I trust you will forgive me for my deception. 'Tis something of a Far Eastern tradition, the testing of strength and so forth. A bit rote, perhaps, but anyway, welcome to Raisin Temple. I am Genbu, guardian of this sacred place, and leader of our little collective. Genbu, the self-same Genbu of the Tale of Tenzin, one of the four lords? Under normal circumstances, I would assume you named for the legendary being, but clearly this is anything but normal. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would meet a talking turtle. Soroban, do you know what your people look like? Oh my god. Oh, but every one of us here can speak your tongue. Is it truly so surprising? After all, we have we each have lived more than 1,000 years. I knew turtles were long-lived, but I had no idea that was even possible. In this wondrous land of ours, it is said that a beast which lives 1,000 years attains a measure of divinity. This temple is a place where such auspices may gather. But take not my word for it. Speak with my comrades and learn their tales. We will talk of the endeavor after. We may as well do what he says. Besides, who knows what valuable secrets some 1,000-year-old animals may know. Please converse with the others. We can speak of the endeavor once you have a greater understanding of who we are. You will go no further. The reason should be plain. Beyond lies the prison of Koryu. Where were you to damage the wards, he would break free and all would fall to ruin. Okay. A friend of mine, Tamamo Gozen, once called this place home. Possessed of 9 tails, her power far eclipsed my own. But one day she left to live amongst man. What became of her, I wonder. Okay, I don't know if I caught this on stream, but I think I fought her in one of the fates. If you chance to meet Tamamogozen... Actually, no, I did fight her. I recognize that. So, I pray you tell her that we all miss her dearly. Okay, if that fate pops up again, I will definitely say hi. You remember first, sure, and just went through the change. Pretty rare for a rat to live that long. Rat, I'm an otter, good sir. Oh, so the otter is new. Okay. Inugami is my name. Men speak it in hushed tones, mistakenly believing me to be a vengeful spirit that murders indiscriminately. There was a time when I killed men by the hundreds, but that was in retribution for the countless creatures they themselves mercilessly slaughtered. It was most deliberate. How much more of the old tales are true? Well, every fairy tale or story, typically has a bit of truth in it. Okay. So here's the fat cat. Judging from the way you and that woman are gawping, I'm guessing you're not from around here. No, we are not. Don't know how it is in your homeland, but here if an animal manages to survive 100 years, it begins to get ideas. Delusions of grandeur, some small power, sure, but nothing much to speak of. Survive 10 times that and you become a full-fledged auspice. Though speech, magics, it's quite the change, believe me, which is why we call it the change. What? I never said it was something clever. Anyway, point is, don't let our appearances fool you. I could kill you 5 times before you hit the ground, but I won't on account of me being civil. for now. Okay. Headed to the surface, follow me. No, I am not headed to the surface, but okay, good to know I can talk to you to do so. I'm Nue. If you ever need someone to call lightning down upon your foes and whatnot, I'm your auspice. Of course, some fairy tales would have you believe I'm something altogether different. A monkey's face, a lion's legs, a snake for a tail. Ridiculous, am I right? Not as bad as that horse with the head and a body of a head and body of a rabbit. To be fair, but still. Okay. Don't talk to me, Myrokos. Talk to the cat or the weasel. And what does that fox have to say? Kamitachi. Oh, I fought you. Hey, that hurt. You didn't have to give it everything you had in that fight. You know, I only just went through the change, so it's not like I was gonna slow you down that much. Well, I suppose you didn't know it was all for show, and I was probably really intimidating. Oh, right, you were asking about the collective, weren't you? Let's see. Genbu's the oldest of us, oldest in the Far East too, I think. One of the four lords, so as you can imagine, he's much more powerful than regular old auspices like me. But you probably knew that already. Okay, talked with everybody. Now that you have a greater understanding of who we are, I shall tell you of the rather thorny predicament we now face. The divinity of we auspices manifests in a myriad of ways. For example, I possess clairvoyance, and with my preternatural power, I have seen a vision of the ruby sea of Yancha of Hingashi subsumed by roaring flames. Uh-oh. This is no distant future, I fear. If we are to avert it, we must needs enlist the assistance of an exemplary warrior, one such as he who faced the Lord of the Revel and lived. What should we do? What should we do? Fear not, little one, for I have a plan, but to understand it, you must first understand the duality which lies at the heart of we auspices. The Aramitama, the primal rage, and the Nigimitama, the boundless calm, these elemental forces comprise the soul of an auspice, and it is only when they are in balance that we are truly ourselves. Alas, over great spans of time, or when caught in the midst of tumultuous events, this balance may be disrupted and the soul may be divided. An auspice overcome by the Aramitama is a wild, feral thing, all the more dangerous for their divinity. Calamity and catastrophe invariably follow. Tremors and floods which destroy men's works. Auspices can bring about these natural disasters. How frightening. Perhaps, but you must remember that there are auspices who delight in aiding the peoples of these lands, auspices who may have even wreaked havoc in the past. Recall you the tale of Tenzin and the Four Lords? The one Soroban told us before about a samurai in the auspices who drove the Oni from this land into the sea? Just so. Yet I fear his accounting of events is not quite accurate, for it was not Oni we and Tenzin cast out from this place, but an auspice. An auspice with great power to move heaven and earth, Koryu. Wholly consumed by the Aramitama, he stroked the flames in this island's heart until it very nearly erupted in a fiery maelstrom. Tenzin led us in battle against our mad brother, and together we sealed him in this temple. But as the truth of the tale fades from memory, so too do our wards weaken, I fear. Should Koryu break free, he may well finish what he began and ensure my vision of flames comes to pass. So, long story short, you want Myrokos to give this Koryu what for when he wakes up. I should think not. His accomplishments notwithstanding, it would be foolish for any mortal to face Koryu without proper assistance, to wit, that of the Four Lords. Regrettably, I am not the young auspice I once was, and to make matters worse, my three compeers have nearly succumbed to the Aramitama. Call me for friend. 3 of the 4 lords have gone mad. The Ruby Sea's doomed. Nearly succumbed. Nearly, alas, in marshalling their strength to retain control, they are unable to commit their powers to the preservation of the wards, holding Koryu in his prison. And now that you have a full and complete understanding of the situation, we may at last discuss your part in all this, warrior. Right now I'm a bard, not a warrior. My warrior isn't level 70 yet. It's just reached level 60. Well, I would have you and your comrades face mine in battle and quell their raging Aramitama. What say you? Very well, if that's the only way, so I don't get to kill them, well, it's still something. Ooh. Ooh, which one do I pick? Because I don't know. I think I may have killed Gozen without realizing it. That fate. Let's be polite. Very well, if it's the only way. Oh ho ho! You are an intriguing one, aren't you? We are grateful for your assistance. Let us brook no further delay and introduce you to another of the 4 lords. I informed Byakko of your arrival when you first entered our domain. He should be returning any moment now. Come, come. A magnificent coat of fur that shimmers as snow, as befits Byakko, the white tiger of legend. He's quite a bit bigger than the other animals, isn't he? Don't be shy, he doesn't bite. Not without cause, at the very least. Okay. Old friend, the day of reckoning draws nigh. The wards will fail, and Koryu will break free. Before he does, you must quell the raging Aramitama. In your soul, this warrior will help. Doubt not his strength, for he has danced with Susanoo himself. A bold, audacious claim, yet if Genbu believes it true, aye, the more I look at you, the more of him I see. A similar presence, perchance, a light? Very well. I will bow to my brother's judgment. Who's him? The more I look at you, the more I see of him. I see who is him. Okay, maybe we'll find that out later. Then again, Genbu did talk about Tenzin, so is it just that my bearing and whatnot reminds him of Tenzin? Wonderful, then without further ado, I shall bid my comrade relax and surrender to the Aramitama. What? What? Here? Now? Won't he go on a murderous rampage? Why, yes, that's rather the point. He will be reduced to the feral beast. Why? And then it will be Myrokos. Was it? Myrokos' turn to do battle with my brother and help him quell the fury within. But if all it takes to quell the Aramitama's battle, then why did you not do the same for Koryu? Why seal him away? Because it was too late. As I said, Koryu was wholly consumed by the Aramitama. Naught remained of the Nigimitama. All that he was forever lost to us. The effort I expend to hold back the fury, I will instead use to safeguard the calm. It is then you must act. But know that if you fail, it will only hasten my fall. My soul is in your keeping, Myrokos. Do you understand? I suppose so. Then let us quit this place. Genbu may not mind the chaos, but if I am to wager my everything, I prefer to do so in the land of my birth. To look on those familiar wilds with eyes that may soon belong to another. When you return to the island, look for Furi. He will guide you back here. Given the circumstances, perhaps it is best that we stay here. Would that be acceptable? Oh ho ho, Soroban, was it? Be at ease. I have a task for you and your excitable urchin. Follow me. Urchin? Genbu? This is Tataru. She is a Lalafell, not an urchin. Did that tiny talking turtle just insult me? I think he did. I think he did. I would go with you if I could, believe you me, but it seems we're needed here. Best of luck to you, Myrokos. I have no doubt you will succeed. I do wonder what he will ask of us. Rendezvous with Byako and Yansha. Okay, my lost fears. Good, I can repair. And while I'm here, I might as well repair everything else. just check something. Yeah, the fate where Bozan arrived was somewhere here. Then I still have these blue quests to do. We are here. My earliest memories are not pleasant. From birth I was shunned by man and beast alike, for my snow-white fur marked me a harbinger of doom. Cast out and hunted, I struggled to survive. But I endured. I grew older and wiser, and one day... It's just me, or is the screen? But I endured, I grew stronger and wiser, and one day I resolved to protect this place and those that call it home, for in spite of everything, it was mine as well. In time, they came to see me as a guardian instead of a demon, and yet, for all I have done to rise above the beast within, I may fall to madness and become the sum of their fears. I have faith you will not fall. I've bested Kami, you know. You're in good hands. Yeah, I have faith. There was that flickering again. I wonder if that's just an artifact of the shadow trying to pass and the cinematic is for some reason. Such confidence from one so young, but as age in it of itself does not confer wisdom, nor does youth go hand in hand with hubris. I warn you, for centuries has my automatama grown and festered. Hold nothing back, for I will not. Warrior, the time has come for you and yours to make ready. May the Kami grant you strength to save my soul. Okay, it wasn't blinking earlier, but it is blinking here. There must be something about this in the cinematic that's causing it to glitch. Okay, so clear out Hell's Lid. Yep, Jade Stoa. Actually, now that it's here, let me just upgrade Rune. While I think about it, though I don't need to stay here, I'll go to Kugane. Spend some of my poetics on getting gear. Possible. For some of my other jobs. I have my astrologian that is nearly at level 70. I don't need healer. Steven. I think I'll hide the weapon. So it was kind of distracting in the cinematic. So now, I wait. Dude, seriously, how do you get up there? There's the, I think, given the fact that that quest said Nashu goes east, that starts Hildebrand. Or maybe I'll do Hildebrand. Let me know in the comments or in the chat, or if you're watching Twitch and can give me feedback. Even afterwards while this is still up. Let me know if I should do Hildebrand after Four Lords or after done the pre-patch stuff. Okay, here we go. Hopefully. Great. Okay, here we are then.
It begins. Receive of me my fury, children of man, and quell it!
Off as ever.
There is no turning back! Steel yourself!
One of the party members dodged away balls.
Twofold is my wrath, twice cast my foes! All creation trembles before my might! Behold, fury given fall!
Nearly have. Okay.
My wrath is a ceaseless torrent!
Oh, this is this is the dodge lord. And also. Ooh, okay, that's why you dodge orbs.
No more games! To ashes with you! Impressive! Very well, I shall bring all to bear!
That was kind of fun.
Lightning Sear! Tempest Surge! Lightning Sear! Steel yourself! You're mine! Tempest Surge! You are stronger than I dared hope! Rage!
Oh. Died at the end, but we still. That was still a good fight. Okay, I no longer fear for my soul. My thanks to you. You're welcome. Oh, and a couple commendations. You are indeed the warrior, they say, not unlike him in many respects. So I guess my death at the end there was just being knocked out right at the end. 'Twas in another era that we first met him and I, long, long before the King of Doma. I told you before of my past, of how I was shunned by man and beast alike, for the snow-white fur that marked me as a harbinger of doom. Bereft of family and friendship, of home, I wandered the mountains in search of a place to call my own. There I would accept my fate and await the inevitable. But death did not come, for I was unlike my brothers in more respects than my fur. With every century I grew stronger and stranger, monstrous. In turn, what few creatures dared traverse my domain withdrew further and further. Never had I been so alone. And then one day I awoke to find a man standing before me. Bewildered, I rose and bared my fangs as I roared in rage. Begone, or I shall rend you asunder and feast on your flesh. What fool has the temerity to approach me thus? But the man did not flee. Rather, he stood his ground and said, "This fool is named Tenzin, and ever since he was a child, he spoke the language of beasts." Then you know full well what you stand to lose. Return to your people or die. But Tenzin threw back his head and laughed. They would kill me if I dared. For fear of my talents, I was banished. A harbinger of doom, they called me. In that instant, all my anger drained away. Tenzin's words had struck at the heart of me. Here was a fellow outcast, cursed by his kin for his very nature. That night, I listened to his snoring. As I listened to his snoring, I realized I had found in this man a kindred spirit. Soon after, we embarked on another journey. In the days that followed, we met other solitary souls and aided them as we aided each other. But those are tales for another time. I doubt very much you are willing to stand here in silence while I recount my every adventure with Tenzin. Come, let us return to the temple. Genbu is doubtless eager to learn the outcome of our battle. But I wanted to hear more. Well... Well, since I'm over here, might as well stop by the house of the Fierce and repair. Oh, I can't believe I forgot this falcon porter. Here's the vendor. Let's just teleport. It costs some gil, but it's worth it. I was thinking about just riding my mount, but I figured, yeah, why not? So an auspice made Hell's Lid. This is Hell's Lid. An auspice did this. I think I still need to do the start that. There is literally so much to do. Right now, let's work on this quest. No need to explain. Genbu's told me all about you and the thrashing you gave him. And the others need me to escort you back to the temple. Looks like we owe you one, Myrokos. I'd certainly have balked at facing Byakko in battle, what with all those fangs and claws. So none of the others that have anything to say. Far too long has it been since I had the opportunity to unleash my full potential. Stakes notwithstanding, it was a pleasure, warrior. Please do not disturb us, Myrokos. We are in the middle of a very important training session. Training? Never meet your heroes, my friend. So this is training. Why are you training? What does Sorbonne need to train? Or are you trying to size Sorbonne up for Scion potential? Well done, Myrokos. Well done. You have done my friend a great kindness, one we shall not soon forget. What exactly did you ask Sorbonne to do? I am not sure what's going on, and I'm afraid to ask. Yeah. Oh, you needn't be so concerned. You know well the power of the Kojin's incantations, yes? I have but asked Sorbonne to undergo a little training that he might assist us with the maintenance of the wards. He has demonstrated a remarkable aptitude thus far, in fact. How much longer must I continue? Concentrate. Less chatting, more chanting. What youthful energy. It has been far too long since we had the pleasure of such company. Not since Tenzin, I imagine. I've been meaning to ask what sort of a man was Tenzin. We only just learned the stories, and you've already said they were half wrong. Curious, are you? Very good, very good. Far too many people have no interest in the past. What to say, what to say? Well, for one, Tenzin was blessed with the selfsame power Myrokos possesses, the Echo. I believe it is sometimes called. Alas, as you probably know from personal experience, such individuals are often regarded with suspicion, if not outright fear. Nevertheless, Tenzin was a generous soul who was ever eager to aid his fellow man. Indeed, he died as he lived, fighting for the sake of those he loved. You see, when he faced Koryu, and we four lords were still quite young and weak, not even auspices in truth, and we could but look on helplessly as the two dragged one another to the brink of death. With the last of his strength, Tenzin imprisoned the mortally wounded Koryu. He then bequeathed to us a sacred treasure, a crystal, which shone with an otherworldly light. Oft have I wondered if this crystal was the source of the powers we would grow to possess. Would we have become the Four Lords without it? In my heart, I think not. We built this temple to strengthen the wards and safeguard the Ruby Sea in Tenzin's stead. His legacy would be ours, and so it has been to this day. And so it will continue to be, but only if we can rely upon you to quell the Aramitama of our comrades. That can wait, though. Byakko needs his rest, and so do you, Myrokos. In that case, it'd probably best if I went back to Kugane. There's no telling what mischief that man will get up to in my absence. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. True. Yeah. I should take my leave. Doubtless I am needed in Tamamizu. Oh ho ho, you are not going anywhere. Your training is far from finished, my friend. But I can't possibly refuse the request of the Four Lords, can I? I hate to impose upon you, Myrokos, but you can go to Tamamizu in my stead. It may be some time before I am permitted to return home. Sure. I should be most grateful if you were to tell the elder of my plight, that is to say, this great honor, which has been bestowed upon me by the Four Lords. You have done more than enough for one day, Myrokos. For now, you and Byakko should rest. Oh, and if you have any questions about this or that, Senri should be glad to entertain you. Peace reigns in my heart once more. Such tranquility, such serenity. Might as well teleport. So Soroban will be staying with Genbu for a time. How wonderful to hear. I have no doubt he will make the most of his most blessed opportunity. Oh, I have another missive for you. 'Twas delivered personally by an unusual cat, an auspice, I presume. Okay. What is it? You are welcome to come and go from the temple as you like. Furi will remain at his post above ground. You need only seek him out. I should be glad if you take him up on his invitation and look in on Soroban every now and then. After all, he is in essence our representative there. Okay. Tortoise and Time. Bunshin has not heard from Soraban in quite some time. A pleasure as ever to see you, my friend. Would that I could say the same for Soraban. He is yet to return to Tamamizu, so I can only assume he is still busy undergoing Genbu's rigorous training. Oop. Hello, Myrokos? Is my link pearl working? So unreliable, these little things. I'm going to pay a visit to Racing Temple to see Soraban. Give him a treat to keep his spirits up. If you're available, you should come too. I hope that you haven't forgotten how to get there, but in case you have, look for the cute animal trying not to look like a guard on duty in the middle of the volcanic island. I was, of course, not privy to your conversation just now, but on the off chance you are bound for Racing Temple, give Soraban and Genbu my regards. Okay. For the temple or just taking in the wonderfully smoky air? Now I'm headed to the temple. I don't think I'll be able to do all of this in one day. Where's Tataru? She said she'd meet me here. She's not here. Oh, hello there. I pray you excuse my panting. Genbu is a rather demanding teacher, but I will not rest until granted leave to do so. Okay. Tamamizu says hello. Oh, well met, brave adventurer. You are come along this day. What of the urchin girl I recall nipping at your heels? That's Tataru. Tataru. Ta-ta-ru. And I'll thank you not to forget it, or else you'll get no takoyaki from me. Oh my, that would be most unfortunate. My sincerest apologies. I shall endeavor to remember little urchin Tataru. Of course, your name I will not soon forget, for you saved my dear friend Byakuya from descending into madness. It is good that you are here, Myrokos. Soraban has made great strides in his training, it is true, but I believe we need consider more drastic methods. Though he is not without potential, Soraban as he is, simply lacks divinity. Should we carry on as we are, he may not be ready when we have need of his strength. As with Byakuya before, there will come a time when we must confront Siryu and Suzaku and quell the raging Aramitama within them. Accordingly, we must use every means at our disposal, no matter how dangerous, to ensure we are prepared. No matter how dangerous? What exactly do you have in mind? Oh, there is no need for fearful trembling or withdrawing into one's shell. All I would have you do is open a box. Oh, is that all? Well, I've opened my fair share of boxes. But know that it is no ordinary box you must open. It is a Tamate Bako of geomancy, a sacred vessel which harbors the very power of time itself. And yet you say there is no need for fearful trembling. This box sounds terribly dangerous. To what end would you have me open it? That you may bathe in its temporal magics and age 1,000 years in an instant. That you may undergo the change and become an auspice, albeit until the magics dissipate. You would have me become an auspice like the four lords? Hold on, Myrokos. Didn't you come across one of these Tamate Bako in Shisui of the Violet Tides? You did, didn't you? Yep, I did. But how did she know I did that? I am aware of similar relics in the possession of the Rayan. However, their magics alter only the appearance of those exposed. A moment's trek, a glamour. Altogether unlike the phenomenal power of the Tamate Bako we seek. Know that this is no legend, but incontrovertible truth. For the one who created the Tamate Bako of geomancy was a fellow auspice. Like many of us, he had lived long under these, long enough to see comrades become consumed by the outer Mitama, see them descend into madness and lay waste to the lands they had sworn to protect. And like many of us, he had no choice but to put an end to their rampages. This auspice knew full well that he was destined to share their fate, and so before he too fell from grace, he resolved to craft the Tamate Bako of geomancy, and when his work was complete, he bathed in its magics until he was known. By the kami, he chose to die while his mind was still his own. I don't know what to say. Once the true potential of the box was understood, that it could bring death to an auspice, it was decided that it should be placed under lock and key here, under the lock and key in the Swallow's Compass, until we had need of it. However, the Grand Mausoleum of King Ganon has been abandoned to the Shikigami forever, bound to its halls as guardians, and only a warrior of surpassing strength can hope to overcome their trials. Steel yourself, Soroban, until the moment Myrokos returns. With the Tamate Bako of geomancy, you must train like you have never trained before. Yes, of course. Box is hidden in the heart of the Swallow's Compass. The tomb of Ganon in Yansha. Kamaitachi has gone ahead to open the way. Seek him out. Back straight. Keep those hands up. If I am not satisfied with your performance, then no takoyaki for you. Don't you need to eat those while they're warm? How are you keeping it warm? Those are like octopus balls. Battered octopus balls containing octopus meat. See if memory serves, then should be suitable. Oh, hey, you made it! Finally! I've been waiting here forever and a day, but hey, it's not like we've got a potential calamity to worry about or anything. Anyway, I've already taken care of the ward, sealing the tomb's entrance, so you're free to go in and get the box. But whatever you do, don't open it. Ah, and one more thing. I'll wager they told you about the Shikigami, but forgot to mention that the box itself is guarded by one of us, a tough bugger and a half. Uh, but you're a pretty tough bugger yourself. You gave Biako what for, after all. Just don't say I didn't warn you. Hey, might as well stay in Bard. I can't wait to see what's inside. Hopefully, there's not too much Magitech. I mean, I think I've seen the other side of this part of the gate where there is still a bunch of Garlean leftovers. Why are you talking to me? I'm not about to brave a tomb full of Shikigami for a box that can kill my kind. That's your job. That's a little funny. Hopefully I don't have to wait too much longer. Okay, so let's go. Oh, that's good. Love this, the music in this game. It's so good. they've got more rules here too. Stand in that. Whoa. Oh. Oh, that was close. This one now Oh, I love the clown. Can you get that as a mount? Ah! Okay, so when he does that, you stand on it. Okay. Oh, there's the box. Well, okay, clearly the ferret did not want to wait. Um, Kamamizu. Coming up on turn. I usually like to do 2 to 3, no more than 3. So I think I think I will call, given how long that took, I think I will call it here for this part. When we pick up, we will pick up with turning in the box to Genbu and following things from there. Um, with that, if you liked what you saw at any point, like, share, subscribe, give me a follow on Twitch. Like, share, subscribe on YouTube, give me a follow on Twitch. Hit the notification bells because it's always better live, and I love interacting with you when you talk and chat. With that said, I shall see you anon, friends, when we continue this questline.